Happy Friday, everyone. This is Dr. Sprinlock, and welcome to another episode of Source Filmmaker Multiverse Explained. I would like to properly thank Forgotten Freddy for recommending this series to me. If you want to recommend a SFM series for me to explain, then comment down below. Now then, while I am sitting in my purple chair, I thought to myself, who is next in line to be part of my show? Who? I will tell you who. Allow me to introduce you to Owen and Leia's Animations. This YouTuber is the one responsible for this SFM story, and of course, being me, I have to explain it. Of course, before we get started, remember that YouTube likes to shadow ban us small YouTubers from the YouTube algorithm, proving that we are not relevant to YouTube survival. Let's change that by hitting the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and make sure we stay relevant. Also, I have a new Discord ready for you guys to come hang out with the squad. I will be waiting. I can't wait to see you guys there. The link will be in the description, the comment section, you get the gist. But with all that out of the way, let's begin our deep dive into the One-Armed Brothers. The One-Armed Brothers is a story about Scrattrap and Witter Bonnie with their daily lives. To be honest, my opinion, while watching this, I thought the two hated each other's guts. But as the story goes on, it turns out that they are the best friends. Better yet, brothers. The story revolves around the two casually going through their normal life until they encounter a floating horse head who is out for blood. But then, all of a sudden, scratch that plot line because we are encountering yet another story that connects with the Special Strike universe. First, let's talk about the first 5 episodes. The first 5 episodes consist of 30 to 90 second shorts, with the first episode establishing the two characters. They don't want to speak to each other until the bus comes and leaves them behind to their dismay. Of course, the episode ends with Scratchat landing a backhand on Witter Bonnie. Later in episode 2 begins with Scrattrap and Witter Bonnie camping, and Witter Bonnie accidentally drops his face in the fire, fleeing into the tent in frustration. Scratchat is then ambushed by a monkey, which closes the episode off. Episode 3 begins with Scrattrap and Witter Bonnie heading back home after the last 2 adventures. They come across their home and notice that someone is there. They both investigate only to find a severed head of a horse floating, causing them to flee to an abandoned pizzeria. Episode 4 and 5 are both combined because both take place in the same setting. Witter Bonnie and Scratchtrap are ambushed by the decapitated horse head, but both manage to escape and hide until Witter Bonnie gives up their location when he injures himself. The severed head proceeds to presumably finish his fun. Now, there is one more episode from season 1. This is yet another side story based in the Special Strike universe, which I talked about previously. When I first watched it, I was not disappointed. I can boldly say that this story adds more to the original Special Strike. Let me explain. This episode focuses on the perspective of Scrattrap, Witter Bonnie, and their allies in the war during the Highest Star Special Strike film. So let me summarize it. Scrattrap, years prior, had gone through a tragedy in his universe when a building bursts into flames, killing one of Scrattrap's closest friends, Candy Cadet. In the present, they are recruited by Freddy's army to participate against the chief. They recruit a reluctant Shadow Freddy and the Horsehead that they were running away from in the first 5 episodes. They all participate in the war, taking on the Shadow Army until the explosion. Scrattrap and Witter Bonnie survive, but lose allies along the way. That is season 1 of the One-Armed Brothers. Now for my personal thoughts. The story for the first 5 episodes had no clear direction. but were just funny videos to bring a smile on people's faces, which I had no problem with. I laughed a lot when I saw it. For episode 6, the story was a solid 7 out of 10 because of certain details like the bond between Candy Cadet and Scratch Trap that carries on to the new Candy Cadet that fights alongside them. Coincidentally, a Candy Cadet scene was possibly my favorite. At the end, when Scratch Trap is eyeless and blind, he is sitting right in front of a dead Candy Cadet. Earlier, Scratch Trap promised that he will make sure that this Candy Cadet survives, only to meet the harsh reality that he couldn't save his friend once again. I hope in Season 2 that Owen and Leia's animations continues to experiment with that side of the protagonist. Okay, let's see what Season 2 has to offer. In Season 2, Scratch Trap is still feeling upset about losing his eyes and losing his friends once again. Wither Bonnie leaves for an old bar that they used as an old base to retrieve an old item of his. He is then ambushed by a duo of shadow droids. He is able to escape but is followed by one of them. The shadow droid then attacks both Scratch Trap and Wither Bonnie. Even though he is blind, he uses his other senses to pick up the portal gun and kill the shadow droid, saving Wither Bonnie from death. The two moved to continue their day, but on a very somber note. Season 2 episode 2 brings in an old friend named Funtime Freddy, who finds out that Wither Bonnie has been spotted in the city by Bonbon, his partner. Funtime Freddy then makes his way to Wither Bonnie's residence. Wither Bonnie, feeling bad for Scratch Trap, decides to give him a pet dog named Fetch. He is happy until they hear a doorbell. Funtime Freddy surprises Wither Bonnie, but then is greeted with a punch. Funtime Freddy explains about a heist he wants to commit and invites both Wither Bonnie and Scratch Trap to it. After going through the plan, they wonder how they are going to hide their identities. Well, Bonbon explains that they created a device that could change their appearance. Later at the bank, they struggle to find the perfect disguise, but stick with the shadow disguises. Scratch Trap and Fetch distract the guard up front, then the other two go in and successfully rob the place after encountering obstacles. When leaving, they are stopped by the front entrance guard and engage in a confrontation. They successfully take him down and leave in the getaway car. After accidentally running over a cop's donut, the entire police force chases them through the city, only to end up falling from a helicopter that Bonbon came in with. Wither Bonnie then uses the portal gun to escape for real this time. They will all go their separate ways, while Scratch Trap and Wither Bonnie blows up the getaway car, GTA style. Little did they know that the disguises they used were actual people. At the end of the credits, we also see that the horse head has returned once again, which leads us to the bonus episode that we're going to talk about today, and this is going to be short, don't worry. It's a bonus episode from Season 1 called The Aftermath. So, here's how we're going to explain it here. The horse head returns and attacks Wither Bonnie and Scratch Trap. After a huge struggle, they are able to pin the horse head and escape by car. Now for my personal thoughts on this entire series. My thoughts are clear as day. This is a terrific series, and I can't wait for more to come out. These amazing individuals are bringing new stories to the multiverse, and I am all for it. This show is going to be a blast as we continue this journey. My God, I had a good time. So, that's all, folks. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Remember that my Discord link is in the description and in the comment section. Second, like, subscribe, and share, and also comment. Like, tell me what you guys want to see next. And thank you so much for watching, and check the playlist for more SFM explaining videos.